In the Den with the TRU Wolfpack.
It's been a 7-year building process, and now patience appears to be paying off for Coach Scott Reeves and the Wolfpack women's basketball program. Last season, the team reached the first time in CIS history that they broke 500 and made the playoffs for the first time. And with 9 games left in the season, the Wolfpack looked like a sure thing to improve on last season's 9-9 mark, already surpassing that total for wins and setting a new school record.
The Wolfpack going for their 6th straight win against the 10th-ranked Calgary Dinos. TRU led by just 4 points at the half, but they pull away in the third quarter. Jen Ju misses this shot by Diane Schutze, is there to clean up the garbage. Wolfpack lead 56-41 after 3. But Calgary makes a run in the fourth. They start the quarter on a 6-0 run to cut the lead to 56-46 TRU. The Wolfpack, though, do respond. Tracy Cokes nails a 3-pointer to stretch the lead to 13. And then a beautiful feed by Jory Duxbury. She finds a streaking Jenna Quinton for the 2, 64-46. The Dinos claw back within 10 on the strength of an 8-0 run on this putback by Jessica Franz, 66-56 in the final minutes. But Schutze and her 20-point performance put the game out of reach. TRU knock off the Dinos to sit 10-3 in the Canada West.
We had people that had to play a lot of minutes just based on the matchups. We know when you're playing a top 10 team, they can go 6, 7, 8 kids deep. And we've got some young kids on the bench that you know, maybe aren't as seasoned going against those vets. So we had some kids that had to log a lot of minutes, but what a team effort.
The men struggling for consistency, trying to creep closer to that 500 mark. TRU with a couple turnovers early and missing some easy buckets. Calgary takes the early lead. Matt Leckerman inside. He beats Blas Bazinovic and finishes the hook shot and one. At the other end, Akeem Pierre beats his man to the basket, finishes it off with the lay-in. Then Calgary's Thyjan Moses with the 3-ball here. Dinos led 14-12 after the first. In the second, TRU puts a good run together. Kevin Probilski with a slick pass to Zach Underwood. He finishes it off. Then Brett Rural drains the triple. Wolfpack would win 85-81 to move into the 4th and final playoff spot at 6-7.
With a sweep of Lethbridge and Calgary this weekend, the Wolfpack women's winning streak is now at 9 games, 6 in a row in Canada West Conference play. That's good for 2nd place in the Pacific Division. And the men also sweeping the weekend to move into the playoff mix. The Wolfpack will play in Edmonton and Saskatoon next weekend. The volleyball teams were in Saskatoon, and before this weekend, the University of Saskatchewan women had won just once in a dozen matches this season. They're now at 3-11 after sweeping the Wolfpack. It's been a difficult learning curve this season for the rebuilding Wolfpack, who dropped to 0-14. And the TRU men met the same fate against Saskatchewan, losing both matches in straight sets at 5-9. The Wolfpack are tied for 8th place, 1 game out of the final playoff berth in Canada West.
It's time for this week's Wolfpack Coaches Tip, brought to you by Strauss Herb Company.
My name is Pat Henley. I'm the head coach of men's volleyball here at Thompson Rivers University. Today we're going to be talking about diving. So it's a recovery skill where you're going to go full speed, try to pick a ball right off the bottom of the floor and not hurt yourself. So it's something I think you have to practice a lot before you're capable of doing it in a game, but it's definitely something that's going to help you cover more court and stop the other team from putting small tips over top of the net or balls that are deflected that may be going out of bounds.
The hockey team is having trouble putting together a string of wins, or for that matter, any wins at all lately. The Wolfpack were at Trinity Western for their only game this weekend, and they lost to the last place Spartans at 4-8-0-1. TRU is in 5th place. And Kevin Probilski gets the nod as the Wolfpack Player of the Week. The 5th-year guard from Victoria had 20 points in each of the men's basketball wins over Lethbridge and Calgary.